Hey beautiful friends, Teresa Lusk here. We have been talking about the spiritual gifts, or what I like to call the spiritual graces of the Holy Spirit. These are listed in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, and if you become familiar with them, my friend, you will become empowered to allow the Holy Spirit to work through you. Sometimes allowing the Holy Spirit to work through you in any capacity is about trust. And it's about desire. And it's about pursuit to watch the Lord touch people in a way that it's unexplainable here on earth. And so today we're going to talk about the gifts of healing that is listed in 1 Corinthians 12, verse 8. But I want to refresh your memory a little bit, so come along with me real quickly. 1 Corinthians 12, starting in verse 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I do not want you to be uninformed. You know that when you were pagans, you were led astray to mute idols, however you were led. Therefore, I want you to understand that no one speaking in the Spirit of God ever says Jesus is accursed. And no one can say Jesus is Lord except in the Holy Spirit. Now there are varieties of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are varieties of service, but the same Lord. And there are varieties of activities, but it's the same God who empowers them all in all, everyone. To each is given the manifestation of the Spirit for the common good. Now there's where people get a little caught up sometimes, because they believe that that the Lord only chooses specific people to manifest specific gifts or graces. And that's not true, my friends. The truth is that the Lord manifests in whichever way He sees fit for that moment in that season. For to one is given through the Spirit the utterance of wisdom, or the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge according to the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another gifts of healings by the one Spirit, and that's the one we're talking about today. And to another working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another the ability to distinguish between spirits, to another various kinds of tongues, to another interpretation of tongues. All these are empowered by one and the same Spirit, who apportions to each one individually as He wills. And there's the secret right there at the very end, to each one individually as He wills. It's so important for us to know that, my friends, because today we're talking about the gifts of healings. And I want you to understand that the purpose of the gifts of healing, meaning the ability for something to be made right, to be made whole, is so that the Lord can show Himself real and mighty here on earth. You know, Mark 16:15 through 18 talks about that we're going to preach and we're going to lay hands. Why are we going to lay hands? So that people can be healed. So the gifts of healing allows the power of the Holy Spirit to manifest so that many different diseases are healed. The diseases are not just physical ailments, my friends, although they are physical ailments. They're also mental health issues. They're also emotional issues. You know, the healings are for many different situations. I will share a story with you that I might have already shared, but one of the ways that I have seen the gifts of healings manifest it with me is that when I've prayed for people's backs to be healed, for some reason, they get healed a lot. I've seen people's hearts get healed. And so there's so many different things. So I just want to encourage you to pursue all of who God is. Now, you may have heard some of this already in a previous video. That's okay. I want to make sure that you hear me, that you not just hear me, but that you receive what I'm trying to tell you. We've got to break up with the notion that God is a limited God, that He may be saying, well, I've used Teresa for the prophetic, so I can't use her for the gifts of healing, or I can't use her for the word of wisdom, or for the word of knowledge, or for whatever. You fill in the blank. That's not who God is. He wants to manifest Himself. So begin to pray to say, Lord, I want to be used by You, and I don't want to put You in a box. I don't want to limit You. So let all of You manifest through all of me. I pray that this has encouraged you, my friends. I love you, and I'll see you again soon. God bless.